Okay, so today I'm going to do a little bit of a tech thing. I think that's what you call it, a tech thing. So these are really good headphones. I use them. They're Sennheiser HD 2570s. And they come just with a normal cord, with a normal lead to plug in. A lot of DJs though like to have the extended version, the 12-inch, so that they've got a little bit more room to move around behind the desk. So you buy them like this, but then most DJ stores or equipment stores will sell this separately. So how do you put that onto that? That's what I'm going to show you today. Equipment wise, you kind of need one of these little things. Oh, look at that. Because the screws are so small, I don't know if you can see that. They're so tiny that, that's your normal screwdriver. Where's that? That's your normal screwdriver. There's not a chance that that is going to open that. So you need these little sort of precision screwdrivers. I've got a little handy set here that I bought. I don't know why, but now I do. So this is a 1.4 mil, flat top actually. And I'm going to show you, break it down, how you do it. It's really, really simple. So as you can see, these are the little screws that you've got. The things that are connecting it into the headphones are these two wires. There's a positive and negative. So this one is plugged into there, and that one is plugged into there, and it's wired through this back part of it where the wire is. So you can basically pull that out. And you go back to unscrewing this. So make sure that you don't lose the screws, because it's these screws that have to go into the other one. So, put it somewhere where it's not going to fall off. And you unscrew that other one. So simple, ladies, unbelievably simple. You pull that out. Put it there where you can't lose it. Not losing. See? Oh shit, it's not even in the range. Yes, there, not losing. And this basically, these two little frames, you just put to the side. Then you go to unplug where they are plugged in. So you take out the red, and you take out the black, and you take out where it was all hooked in, and it just comes apart. And then you've got a lead separate lead to the actual headphones. So the headphones now won't work because they're not hooked up to anything. They're just a skeleton of what they were. Then this is a little bit more compact because this has its own frame already on it, if you can see that. Whereas the initial one with the straight lead has its frame work. This has its own frame on it. So to start with, you would, depending on which way you have it actually, but the frame, you'll see that the frame is only on one side of it there, and then the other side doesn't have the frame. That's what you want to keep in mind. And you also want to keep in mind that the red goes where the frame is and the black goes on the other side. So it doesn't really matter how you set it up. I prefer to put the frame on first and then work it all around, work everything kind of around it. So I set up the frame like that. Pretty obvious to tell which is the back and front. Set up the frame and align it so the holes are lined up. You grab your screws that you didn't lose and you put it in one side, and it's a bit thick. Put it in one side and then put it in another side. I hope this is coming across. You kind of line all that up, and then you take your little 1.4 millimeter precision screwdriver and drive that motherfucker down. There we go. It is in the holes. So you now have, what you now have is a framework that's on, and you've got your extra lead hooked up, but what you don't have yet is the sound to bring it all together. So the red will go into that little hole there, and you just load it in, and then the black will go into that little hole there on the other side. You can see that there, like so. And then all you have to do is get that lead and push it into comfortably this little opening here. You can see that there's a rim in there, yeah, specifically for the wire. So you just neatly or messily or however you work, just basically put it, place it. I like a bit of neatness, makes it more comfortable. You just basically squash it into that rim, and I'll just finish it, may as well. And yeah, follow it along, and then voila, ladies, you now have your extended lead. Woo! So go and bang out some tunes and walk around that table like a boss.